In my hand is an ordinary piece of paper. Despite its boring and uninspiring appearance, paper is one of the most versatile materials out there, with the potential to transform into extraordinary things, such as cups, money, and, best of all, tiny paper birds. Today, we will be unfolding the extraordinary world of paper cranes. We will begin by briefly covering the historical and cultural significance of paper cranes. Then we will explore ways in which paper cranes are used outside of the arts. Finally, I will be demonstrating how to fold the perfect paper crane. Starting off with a crash course in origami history and culture, we travel back in time to 16th century Japan, where, according to Modern Met, December 3rd, 2021, only the elites of Japanese society enjoyed the art of origami. However, origami became more accessible to commoners as the price of paper decreased during the Edo period, which lasted from 1603 to 1868. From then on, origami became one of Japan's most popular leisurely activities. While that's nice to know and all, what made the paper crane so special compared to other origami? The answer lies with the story of Sadako Sasaki. Despite surviving the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, Japan during World War II, 12-year-old Sadako Sasaki would later develop leukemia as a result of the radioactive fallout. It was during her time at the hospital where Sasaki learned of an old folk legend that claimed, according to the Alachua County Library District, July 12, 2021, that folding 1,000 paper cranes would grant one wish. Though it is still unclear whether she accomplished such a feat before her passing, the University of Arizona, April 20th, 2022, reported that her story inspired others all across the globe to fold paper cranes in support of healthcare workers, survivors of natural disasters, and humanitarian organizations. With the historical and cultural background information out of the way, let's now consider some of the practical uses of paper cranes. On top of being a great way to pass the time, paper cranes also offer opportunities to learn, develop one's skills, and even manage trauma. As mentioned by Japan Up Close, August 7, 2023, many educators allow students to fold paper cranes as a way of teaching them about Japanese culture and the events of World War II, involving Sadako Sasaki. Furthermore, according to the National Library of Medicine, October 21st, 2024, laparoscopic surgeons test and hone their skills by folding tiny paper cranes from a 3x3-inch piece of paper using surgical instruments suited for microsurgery. Others use paper cranes and origami as a whole in therapy. According to the American Art Therapy Association, May 29, 2019, expressive art therapy, a term used by Toshiko Kobayashi, allows patients, regardless of their physical or mental limitations, to express themselves and better communicate with others. Now that we've further increased our knowledge of their practical uses, let's now move on to the best part of the presentation, folding a paper crane. We first begin by getting a standard square piece of paper, and then we fold it diagonally to create a triangle like this. Then we fold two of these corners together to get another triangle. Then, using one of these flaps, we fold it towards the center or the bottom corner. Like, like so, and then we flip it over. We turn this flap over onto this side. And then we do the same thing and make a little diamond shape. See? And now that we have our diamond shape, we get the top flap and we fold it towards the center of the diamond, like so. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other side. Let's see. Then, then using the triangle at the very top, we fold it downwards towards the other triangles. And then, once we do that, we unfold everything. We take this top flap and we fold it upwards like so. And then we fold all the side pieces inward towards the center again. And then we repeat the process for the other side. Although I would do it more elegantly than this. And then once you have a roughly diamond shape, you would get one of the little legs that are there and fold it inward towards the top, like so. Do the same thing for the other side. That way you get 3 triangles pointing upwards, like that. And then simply fold one of the triangles on the left or right inward to get the little nose of the crane. And then fold down the 2 middle triangles to get the wings. And that's how you make an origami bird. And that concludes my presentation on paper cranes. To summarize, we first discussed the origins and culture surrounding paper cranes, then we explored their application in education, skill development, and therapy. Lastly, I showcased how to fold a paper crane. I was hoping to fold 1,000 cranes like the legend says, but I only had time to do 50 or so. Nevertheless, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.